obviously the groups going on. I'll get into the dynamics of the groups one time, but they've asked me, how do I see myself? Now, I used to ask pretty basic questions, yeah? Basic. But, like, never been asked these questions before, so you just don't know the answer, do you? So, how do you see yourself? It's like, I'm saying 6'2", mixed race, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about like man in the mirror type, like, and then someone else will pop up, obviously see that man's struggling, and like, well, I see myself as this and as that. A man's really enough like doctor, scientist. He's not a doctor. He's not a doctor. He's 24 or 22 or 20. He's 22, 23, 24, whatever he was at that time. He'd been in jail like 6 years. He'd been in jail since we were like 16. It must be 22. M charge. Manchester, bad boy. But yo, my man was knowledgeable for his age. I must have been 27, 28 possibly. Went to jail 27. I was probably 29 at this point. I've been in a bit. Been in a couple of birthdays. And these times now, my man's knowledgeable beyond his years. It's mental. My man's ench. Differently ench, yeah. There's a couple of similarities between us in terms of like, he's from Manchester, I'm Chef. Like, he's got a Moss Side connection on Pittsmore. Mother's on some ones, dad's on similar ones. That's all mixed race, yeah. Like, both on Chef charges, is an M, mine nearly an AM. Like, yeah. And this guy was like, yeah, so he's reeling off like this list of like scientists, the father. Do you know what I mean? Why is my, like, it was like, how? How do you see yourself as all that? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, without going into intricacies of his stuff, because this is all about my journey and how I got to where I am. He was a knowledgeable one, and other people understand some stuff, but they're not as knowledgeable, or they don't have the technical jargon. And then one guy's popped up like, I think you think you're a gangster, Marcus. Well, they fucking thought, right, because at that time I didn't really realise that I did. Do you know what I mean? But if all the cards are down, do you know what I mean, and we take everything away, like in terms of like bravado, embarrassment, and you know, I literally thought I was a gangster, like gang member. I thought I was a gangster. And what solidified it for me is because prior to me coming in, I must have tried to do another fitness thing. I won't even mention it because the videos are still... Fuck it, DKZ Fitness. I don't even got control of that YouTube channel no more. But I tried doing that and I'm uploading, but I'm not telling nobody. I'm not pushing it. Like how I push this stuff on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all these ones and them ones. Soon to be Twitter as well, even though like that one, I don't know, there's something about that one. Yeah, so I never pushed it, but I wanted to be a fitness, a PT. So I've got like my general knowledge that I've learned over the times of me training, which is normally like strength conditioning, kind of hypertrophy stuff. But at the time I was doing it, I was doing a course in Huddersfield. I was getting the train at mad o'clock in the morning to get there late every day, like 8:10 or 9:10, and that was me walking fast, shins seizing up, tibialis, the muscle on the front of your shin. Because I'm walking so fast from the train station, always late, always. Then man never waited for me. Because that would come earlier then. That was out of my thing, like, come earlier. Come 40 minutes early. That means getting up 40 minutes, like, mad, walking down to the train. It was peak, but towards the end, man got a whip. And I was driving there. It was a nice drive. The country, you know what I mean? Country ways. It was in the John Smith Stadium, or next door to the John Smith Stadium in Hoods. But I won't push it. I was too embarrassed, too scared what people are saying, because I didn't want to be like by the sandwich shop or by the shop, like, you know, I'm just walking. I was like, oh, fitness and shit, yo, man, ripping on me and that, like, because that was like, because that's going to attack my ego, which is like built around being a gangster. I've like built around this name that people have given me. And always topping it up, you know, you're doing certain things. Obviously, you're trapping daily, and so that's as to anyway the amounts you get traps to it. People are talking about X, Y, and Z. He's moving these bits and that all adds to it. Other people coming to you like, yo, listen, I've got this portion. Take it, it's yours if you want. take as long as you want, knowing that it's going to be a day or two. Man's going to move them fours and that. And anyway, yeah, and obviously violence as well, that's how it was back then. And yeah, so I wouldn't push it. I was too embarrassed, but it's what I really wanted to do. It's what I really wanted to do. And from this podcast here, from looking at image, creaky rascal, cheer man, you know what I mean? Me a reoffend, yeah, so from this one, I can say what I'm going to say. I've said it a few times, but I won't say it just yet. But I'm kind of saying it without saying it, but you man get it. So yeah, I wanted to do it, but I couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? So I just didn't push it out there. So I just put them on there and just did my little thing and that. And yeah, so that's kind of why I got back into it pretty quick, because I'd already kind of done it like 6 or 7 years before when I was out last time. Do you know what I mean? So as soon as I've come out now, feel it, I'm straight on it. Quick half a decade later, man's back. But it was mad. It was still difficult. But anyway, but I push it out there because this is who I am now. No gangster, no, forget about all that. That image is gone. It's there a little bit, but it's mainly gone. Podcaster, fitness guy, all them ones, charity, and we'll get into that. So yeah, so asking me how, and I just didn't understand. But at that little, when he said, "I think you think you're a gangster, Marcus," I thought, Graham, you know what I mean? But obviously, man's constantly thinking about these things, like, and gaining that understanding, asking other people about things. Like, say, constantly asking, constantly curious. You have to be curious in life. Do you know what I mean? You can't just dismiss. Because I could just dismiss and say, fuck off, I don't think I'm a gangster. You get me? Like, what are you talking? But curious, George. I'm curious, I'm asking questions, I'm going to the olders, I'm going to other man, I'm asking like my peers that come same time as me, like Wagwan, staff, clinical staff, other groups when it's coming up. I'd ask other people in the group space or in big group, like the community meetings, what they thought about this, like and how it come out, and see what comes out from other people that I haven't spoke to, do you know what I mean? Constantly curious, constantly searching. Bearing in mind, getting books from the library as well, getting shit sent in, buying books off Amazon. Was it Amazon there? I think it was Amazon in there. Buying books anyway, regardless where I was getting them from. Getting people to search things on the out, like, we call it on the out. Us where on the out. So when you're in there, calling people on the out, getting them to jump online, search stuff up, tell me what it says. They're like, yeah, it's like, yeah, boom, send it in, email a prisoner next day or something, unless it's the weekend.